Hello, this is Avram here. We are coming back to you here from a long time actually, and today we have the mics plugged back in video. And today I'm plugging back in my mic and I'm getting back on. So for this video, I'm gonna do absolutely nothing. Just joking. Okay, for what I'm doing today is I'm just gonna make a random video on the first thing that comes to my mind. And the first thing that happens to come to my mind today is zombies. So, I'd say that my favorite book relating to zombies would be, let's see what it's called, How to Survive the Zombie Apocalypse by Max Brooks. How to Survive the Apocalypse. It is not on here. Oh, there it is. And, okay, right here. So, How to Survive the Zombie Apocalypse Guide. Great book. Zombie Survival Guide from the complete protection from the unliving dead. From the living dead, actually. And you see this. Yeah, this is like my favorite book. So, I'm going to show you today how to make a full plan on how to survive the zombie apocalypse. Now, I've read this book, like, probably 15 times at least. And I have to say gives you quite some good information. And no, I do not actually think that the zombies are real. However, I do like talking about them and I do like making plans. So, I'm going to show you my plan right here. This is my basic weapon layout. So I have name up here, primary, secondary, pistol, melee, non-lethal, and class. And then you have your weapon weight right here. So, here's some people's names. I haven't put myself on here yet, but, we have, first of all, okay, so, I'm just going to give you a few weapons that are all really good for fighting zombies. I'm going to tell you a few that are not good. So, I know you like, full firepower, everything, just like, you love firepower. So, the first thing comes to mind is a Gatling gun, chain gun, minigun, whatever you want to call it. That is actually one of the not as good options, and I'll show you why. So, I'll show you the minigun. And if we look at the minigun, we can see, let's see if it says muzzle rate of fire. We have 2,000 to 6,000 RPM, or 2,800 feet per second. That's the muzzle velocity of the thing. Maximum firing range 3,000 feet, 1,000 meters. Now that's pretty good. However, as you can see in this photo here, how are you supposed to aim something like that, except for in the general direction? You don't. So, a zombie is okay, let's look at the that's not a good picture. Let's look at a zombie anatomy. So if we look at zombie, let's just get some random photo, doesn't really matter. This is good. Okay, that's not good. This is good enough. So, okay, we have its thing. So, if you know anything about zombies, you know that zombies can only be killed by destroying the brain, right? So, if you a minigun at a general area, say the minigun is the mouse and aiming, the chances that you're not going to hit the head. The chances that you're just going to go right and cut the spine. The spine's cut, yeah. It can't walk, but it can still crawl after you and bite you. So, you don't really, a minigun is not the best option for really what you have. So, yeah, minigun's not good. A good sniper, snipers are good because, you can aim very well. Quiet, don't attract a lot of attention, hit them in the head real easy. A good sniper is the SRS-A1. That's a Desert Tactical Warfare. So, SRS. The SRSA one is this gun. So basically you have a silencer and standard tripod, good scope, pretty good. Desert Tech, by the way. Yeah, SRSA 1. And then a good, so I would recommend for each weapon layout, so I would recommend you have your name, obviously, and then you have your primary weapon, which I would recommend is like a rifle or a shotgun or something like that. Probably some machine guns are good, but I would say if you were to be by yourself, you'd probably get like a rifle. Like maybe the Stair Scout is pretty good. Okay, anyway, for sniper here, we have SRSA 1, Heckler and Notch MP5. It's actually called the MPK5, I believe. Maybe not. Whatever. I'll leave it like that for now. The MPK5 is... I call it MP5. I was wrong. Heckler and Notch MP5. Where's the Wikipedia page? Oh, there we go. Okay, so... MP5. It is light. It's only 5.5 pounds. It has a fairly high rate of fire, which is a pretty good one for a secondary. Also has a fairly good sight. It's a good sturdy weapon. Invented in 1964, which means it's been used for quite a long while, which means it's probably a fairly good one, or a fairly good gun. Yeah. So, it's a pretty good secondary because it's an SMG, so it has fire. Yeah. So you always want a melee weapon, of course, to dispatch when you're out of ammo, and then you should also always carry a pistol. So for this pistol here, we have the FN5 and 7. That's 7.0. FN5 and 7, which is an armor-piercing pistol, pretty basic. It's good because it has pretty good accuracy and it's fairly quiet, so pretty good. And then so melee, we'll go over some good melee weapons. Katana, pretty good because you can take them out pretty fast swinging. Throwing knives, these are only good if you're really good at throwing them. Ballistic knives, pretty good if you can get a hand on them, but then again you do have to aim if you want to actually fire them. Again, a katana. Fire axe, it's pretty good because it's heavy, or not. It's not too heavy to carry, but it has a heavy swing. You can decapitate them pretty fast. And then so we have the machete here. Machete always pretty good because machete you can decapitate, swing, bludgeon. It's also really good for tools. You can use it as like a sharpening tool or different stuff. More so, sailor's knife. Sailor's knife is only really good if you're like pretty close and you're like pins. So the reason I have a sailor knife here is because we have a doctor or a medic or whatever you want to call it for injuries, and they don't need a lot of weapons. As you can see, they're carrying very light, 13.4 pounds, almost as light as the Scout. Here with the light weapon Scout here, 13.29. Yeah. So next we have so then. Machete, and then, okay, so the reason I put the Garrett here is not for zombies, but for, because, I mean, obviously, if you have zombies, you're gonna have, other mercenaries that are gonna want to hurt you, take your stuff. So what you do with the Garrett is you sneak up behind them. I mean, as you can see, this is like a light weapons person, sneak up, kind of spy person. Dual Uzis, which is pretty good, and then Colt Delta Elite, just basic, high power, gun. The Brett M9, just standard police pistol. And a Garrett, so you can take it out from behind quietly, quickly. They can't talk when you can't make any sound when you're being Garretted, in theory. So it could work. I would be careful with that one. Okay, next we'll talk about the inevitable the inevitable semi-automatic rifle, or assault rifle, whatever you want to call it. Semi-automatic and not auto, can be flipped. So the AR-15, a very good option because it can go full auto, and the reason I put full here is because there's 3 different cases for it. a pistol casing, a full rifle, and SMG casing for it. The medic has a an AR-15 SMG. So the full one, bigger, heavier, obviously, has a pretty good scope on it. Switches for full auto to one shot and then semi-auto. All pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good, because I would recommend, if you're by yourself, to have like a good assault rifle. It can help you a lot with pretty much a lot of stuff. And then a backup weapon. This is only good if you're in a group. So you would back up, but as a secondary weapon for SMG, if you're in a group, a big group like this, you can use something called the SSS, or the Subaru Super Shorty. It's basically like a pistol shotgun. I can show it to you. I better copy that. Great. The Subaru Super Shorty. It's basically a pistol shotgun. So just flip that thing down, fire it. Pretty simple. As you can see, this guy here is shooting it like a pistol. It's a miniature shotgun, basically kind of like a sawed-off shotgun. Yeah. FN5 and 7, throwing knives. Yeah. All right. So for scout or light weapon people, again, to have a scout or light weapons, you should be in a group. You shouldn't like use only pistols if you're a thing. So, the P90. The P90 is a very good but bad weapon. It's one of the best, but it has its disadvantages. So, yeah, for a pistol, it's kind of weird. I mean, it's weird shape, but for a pistol, it's very heavy. It's 5.7 pounds. Again, very heavy. However, it does have a fairly high rate of fire. It's good, and so we have folding stock, which is good because you can get a better aim. Colt. This weapon is very interesting. This weapon is the Colt Army. It's a revolver. It was actually used during the Revolutionary War, I believe. Yeah, it was used in the Civil War, not the Revolutionary War. It was used in the Civil War, and it's very ancient. It's still produced today, and actually used by hunters and stuff. It's a very, very well-made model, especially because it was produced in 1860. That's a long time ago. Yeah, it's obviously a good weapon if it's still produced today. Yeah, Beretta ballistic knives good for scouts, delivery, light. So this weapon is good for it's a good rifle. It's also good for like a spotter, like a sniper spotter. I mean, this is a sniper spotter for the SRI-1 guy. So the Sire Scout, actually I pulled up. So this is a modern day weapon. It was used in a few different wars. It was used in it's an Australian weapon anyway. It's used in a few different wars, like the Vietnam War and stuff. But it's a basic weapon. It has a pretty good scope on it. It's light, fairly light. 6 pounds for a rifle. So, okay. What is it? Oh, that's the... Okay, so this weapon needs to be changed. I keep doing that. This is the Mosdred Plankster. You may be familiar with it. It's just a basic hunting 22. It has no recoil. It's super light. It only weighs 4 pounds. So that needs to be changed. It doesn't have really enough firepower to pierce a zombie's skull. So it's not a really good choice. Uzis are good because you can aim fairly well and they have a high rate of fire. So. Okay, next we move on to the heavy gunners or machine gunners. So people that are really big, bulky, can handle a lot of firepower. We have the AK-47 Russian. Everybody knows about the AK-47. If you don't, then you're crazy. I don't know who doesn't know about the AK-47. But basically, you have so much firepower. And AK-47 is good because it does not jam at all. It's like impossible to jam. They've done tests where they poured sand in the barrel and it like nothing happened. It just shredded the sand even farther. So yeah, it's good. The Russian edition is definitely the best. Do not take the American or German editions. They're terrible. They both have hollow stocks that can break super easily. Because with the AK-47, it's like a solid wood stock, and you like smash people, zombie skulls and stuff. So the Browning, high power. Browning HP. An extremely powerful pistol. It's actually so powerful that most people, when they're using it, they actually use a stock for the pistol. I need to show you a picture of this. Crazy thing. So most of these are just basic images of them, but if you see like a picture of someone actually using them, I don't actually see one, but yeah, so this is what most people use it as. It has like a giant stock on this tiny pistol. That's how powerful the freaking gun is. It's like insane. So yeah, there's in a case with like cleaning kit, giant stock for it, and there's the Browning high power itself. Again, for big, bulky people that can handle a lot of firepower. Machetes are good for them too because they're really light. So they counteract the heavy weapons. Alright. The Doctor should be light. AR-15 SMG edition is good because it has like, it's light and has different stuff. That one's the revolver. You know about that one. It's pretty good. Okay, the AA-12 for shotgunners. Shotgunners are only good at close range. So again, only if you're in a party. A large party. I have two shotgunners here. So I have the Remington 870, a basic pump action shotgun. You might be familiar with it, and the AA-12. The AA-12 is good because it's an automatic, fully auto shotgun, and it has pretty far range for slugs. And you should only use never use birdshot. They're not enough to penetrate a skull, so that's not good. AA-12 has like no recoil, and it only weighs like 7 pounds, so pretty light. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I'm just gonna go over the basic buildings real quick of what you should try to find. So if you were to find yourself in a zombie apocalypse, so zombie apocalypse. Let me just show you the basic idea. So, okay, this is way too far in advance, but say for some reason you walked outside and you saw this fucking mob. I don't know. Never mind. Just say you walked out and it looked more like this, without the fire. So you were in the basic buildings, and you just saw a few zombies roaming the streets, and there's lots of cops outside. So you don't want to go outside because you don't want to get attacked by the zombies, but again, you just want to. So what you want to do is you want to go inside. You want to stay inside and barricade all the windows and stuff like that. Collect any weapons you may have. Fill all the bathtubs with water, so you can have plenty of water. Stash food, stuff like that. I see this picture down here. Never use this. No, you can use that. Never use a rocket launcher. That's the worst thing you could ever have. Because it doesn't blow up like most people think. It just drills through stuff. Okay, anyway, so bar up your doors, fill the bathtubs with water. Go up into the attic, or if you have an upstairs, go upstairs, destroy or somehow block the staircase. And yeah, because they can't get up, they can't climb, so block it up. And then yeah, grab any supplies, go upstairs. If you have no attic and you have no staircase, then go down to the roof. Grab any supplies you can, and just be quiet, very quiet. And so then, okay, so once the time is right and you need to go, so you're gonna want to find a fortress, such as some good examples from best of the examples. I'm gonna give you bad examples first. Never go to a grocery store or any kind of department store, mall. Never go to a church or a police station. all three of those are bad. Stores, big glass windows, zombies can easily get through by breaking it. Churches, everybody goes there. Everybody's like, oh, please, God help me. I don't know. They all go there. So that's going to be like a beacon for zombies. They're going to hear you, hear all these people, like, go towards it. And then, again, never go to police stores, 'cause everybody's going to go there. And even though zombies may not be able to get in there, people are going to, like, rampaging there. They're going to, like, trample you. There's going to be weapons. They're going to hit you. Just bad. And so what you want to find is you need to find places like, okay, so here's some good examples. Like a warehouse, very good, because it has like shipping containers, good things to put like armor, destruction, like blockades and stuff. Also the supplies could be beneficial to you. And also warehouses have minimal windows, bathrooms, stuff like that. All good stuff. Next good is so yeah, warehouses, storage places, and then you have the best of all, which I think is the best, is oil mining platforms. They have enough supplies to support their crew for up to like 4 years, and you can live off the sea, but definitely shut down the drill because you don't want like an explosion or something like that. Yeah, and some other good ones are just like prisons are very good because you can like use each block as like different stuff. You can use the shells as defense. I mean, there's plenty of good stuff you can do with prisons. And then army bases are good, but you need to make sure the people, if you're approaching an army base, know that you're friendlies and not foes, because they might shoot you down. So yeah, and watch out for mercenaries. Alright. Yeah, so, there you have the, mic plugged back in video, zombies and much other. This is Avram signing off.